want them right up front. I always put so that I make sure that the helmet is the first thing that goes on my head before I do anything else, before I get anywhere near the bike. I put the helmet right up front. What I do is I flip it upside down like this, open, just like I'm going to put it on. So literally all I have to do is grab the helmet, put it on my head. The straps are already open, so everything is done for you. All you got to do is grab the helmet, put it on my head. I'm going to take sunglasses as well. Take the sunglasses like this, just put them in the helmet right there, open, so that I come in, grab the sunglasses, they're on my face. I don't need to open them up, I don't need to figure out which direction they're going. Think through what you're going to do with it and prep it for that.
Let me add one thing. If you have aero bars on your bike, you can put your helmet upside down on the aero bars so you don't have to go down to the ground for your helmet. It's right there. Like Mike said, straps open, glasses if you're going to use them in the helmet. It's all right there. You just grab it, throw it on before you get your shoes.
Yeah, so you can put it right there too, so you can run up and you just throw it on. So then the next thing you're going to want is your bike shoes.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
It seems like even if you don't have aero bars, you'd want to put it on your bike just to save space, maybe.
There's really not.
It's hard if you're hanging it here. There's a chance that somebody's going to run by and knock it off, and your helmet's going to be 30 feet away by the time you get to it. So we recommend if you don't have aero bars, just open on the ground, and that way just pick it up.
And personally, I get a little nervous about the aero bars myself. I have, even on my tread bike, I'll put my helmet on the ground. There's plenty of space for it. You're basically looking at kind of not even four different areas that you got to do with. You get your helmet, you get your bike shoes, you get your run shoes, you get kind of the rest of your run gear. So all of that fits very, very easily. I think about it on my TriMat here. You can see just the fold lines. Helmet, bike shoes, run gear. It all fits very nicely and easily in there. So bike shoes are the next thing. Again, have them pointed the way you're going to put your feet in them, so have them pointed right at you. And also have the straps open. So you pull up, all you got to do is put the shoe on your foot, strap it down, and you're good to go. You don't need to be undoing Velcros. You don't need to be sorting them out. You don't need to be reaching over other stuff to get to your bike shoes. It's all right there, up front.
Run, coming in from the bike, don't forget to take your helmet off after you put your bike in the rack. It's number one. So your helmet has to be clipped so you get your bike back on the rack. Then take your helmet off, put it on the ground, start taking your shoes off. One thing I use are Yanks laces or elastic laces. So it turns your shoe into a slip-on. So this is all I have to do to get my run shoes on. And now I'm ready, grab my race belt, and I'm running out. Highly recommend you try something like this. If you don't, it's totally cool. Just know it's going to take you a little bit longer. You might feel a little stressed out. Everybody else is zooming out past you, but you're still tying your laces. What we're going to do?
Yanks.
Y-A-N-K-Z. They're about $7.
There's a number of different brands, but it's elastic laces. They've got a clip on the end, so you can leave them loose, slide in real easy. Some people find that tension comfortable and can just run in that. Some people like to then just take the clamp and kind of tighten it up. But it all, rather than having to tie a bow and deal with that, you can just yank one thing shut.
For small, yeah, it's recommended. I like to recommend things. I'm just going to keep saying that. This is Body Glide. It comes with a little deodorant stick. It's great for around your neck when you put your wetsuit on your legs to help the wetsuit come off, and for your feet. I've seen people who take their socks before the race if they're going to swim without them. And they're standing there on all the points where they're going to get a blister, and they just lube up the socks. So when they go to put it on, it's already in there. Shorter races, you don't really need socks. If you can stand it, you can probably fun for 5K without socks.
It's very much a personal thing. I highly recommend training without socks to see what it feels like before you do it in a race. If you're used to running with socks on, don't try your first time without socks in a race.
If you're doing a half Ironman or an Ironman, people will wear socks. For Olympic and sprint distance, you can do it without it. It's personal preference. If you want to add the socks, you can. Yeah.
And it's something you definitely want to try out beforehand. You're going to have to weigh the cost benefit of it. If your feet are going to blister pretty easily, or you haven't done a whole lot of it, you're not comfortable running without the socks, you're probably going to have a faster race if you take the extra 30 seconds, put socks on in transition, and then are comfortable running. If you're comfortable running without the socks, that's great, but there's no point in you not taking the 30 seconds to run, to put socks on, if you're then going to spend the next 3 miles, 4 miles hobbling around because you work blisters up immediately and you're just not used to it. So it's definitely something you want to play with, try out beforehand, especially a couple weeks before the race, so that should you give yourself a blister, you can, have time to come back. So one of the mantras we definitely want to hammer home for all of you about transitions and about just race day in general. Nothing new on race day.
My first triathlon, I got an orange flavored goop. And I thought this would be perfect. I'm going to use this between the swim and the bikes to give me more energy for the run. So I'm on my bike, teeny mini triathlon, rip it open, take it down. Within 3 minutes, my stomach had cramped up. I ran the rest of the bike with severe stomach cramps, and I ran the run almost hunched over because I was in so much pain because I had never eaten a goop before. So that was my huge mistake on my first triathlon. Just don't let it be yours. Make sure you train with what you're going to race with. If you're using goo or Cliff products or whatever, don't think, oh, on race morning I can just switch over. I ran out of Cliff, but I have a couple goos left. Just use what you've trained with. Nothing new on race morning.
Is the transition area like mostly grass? Like, are we running in like, because like road bike shoe, the cleats like are
Yeah, it will be
awesome.
grass.
So once you've got the transition set up, before the race starts, you have to think through the whole process. It really helps you to visualize every step of what you're going to do throughout that race, especially in the transition area. So think through, all right, I'm coming in, what's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to come in from the swim. So where's the water? Where am I coming in from? So, look around the transition area, especially at DC Track. It's a pretty big field. We all obviously are going to be able to spot the river, but where exactly are you coming in? Where's that entrance point? And from that entrance point, how are you going to get back to your bike? How are you going to figure out where that is when you are, your heart rate's already up because you've been swimming, you're racing, you get 100 people around you.
Lack of oxygen to your brain.
All the blood is in your legs and chest, and none of it's in your head because you've been horizontal for the last 20 minutes or whatever, and you got to figure out where your bike is. Things not to do. Don't put a balloon on your saddle and think that will help you find it.
Not only is
One,
it illegal, but
it doesn't work even when they leave it there. Two, they won't leave it there.
Yeah.
Race officials will come through as you're in the swim and snip that balloon right off your bike, and all of a sudden you're looking, where's my red balloon? Where's my red balloon? There's no red balloon. Two, don't count bikes. The bikes will not all be there when you come out of the water. I'm sure all of you are fantastic athletes. Probably not all of you going to be first out of the water and have every single bike left in transition. So don't count bikes. The things to count are racks. So how many aisles do you have to go down?
all the aisles will be numbered with huge numbers. So if you're good at memorizing that one number, keep it in your head. As you get out of the swim, just be like 36, 36, 36. You just run, follow the path, get some water, whatever. You go down, find 36, remember how many down you were, and then you'll find your bike.
But some people have different methods. They'll do steps or paces. They'll do aisles is in terms of getting yourself to the correct aisle. Counting the aisle numbers is the best way. So like here with the chairs, you're running in. If my bike is back there, I know I'm 1, 2, 3. Okay, fourth aisle. So I'm coming in from the swim. All I got to remember is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then turn. And I turn, and I'm in, and I'm on the right aisle. And the next piece, some people will do count like, okay, if my bike is where Taldi is, it's 1, 2, 3, and you actually run it at 5, 6, so seven paces in. So you turn and it's 7 paces. Other people will do the racks. So finding the feet, or finding the legs of the different rack segments and counting those. Okay, so I'm on the 4th rack in, counting that in. Questions?
How do they determine what number you are? Is it just alphabetical?
By age group, you'll be racked with people in your own age group. So you'll be surrounded by friendly looking people that are your competition.
By sex, or it doesn't matter?
Typically is, by gender and then by age group.
Are the rack aisles not numbered?
They are. They'll have the numbers of each individual. So each aisle is going to say, competitor number 245 to 248 or that kind of thing.
Now, there is one other way that people will use to find their bike, and not a lot of people do this. Most people at races rack their bike by the saddle. The problem with that is if your bike is too small, the wheels won't hit the ground and it'll just kind of blow around. All right. One way you can rack your bike is by the handlebars. And if you rack it by the handlebars, your back wheel is actually sticking out a little bit farther than the rest of the bikes. So if you have, especially if you have a distinguishable rear wheel, like a Zip or something like that, you're running down the aisle, you're going to spot it right away because your bike, by being racked by the handlebar, is actually sticking out in the aisle just a little bit farther than those that are racked by the saddle.
So you want to use these systems together, have them kind of reinforce each other, so that when you're coming in out of the water, there's no doubt in your mind, am I going to be able to find my bike or not? So have something distinctive like the rear wheel sticks out a little bit, plus have the aisle number in terms of the aisle that I'm on says 247, even says aisle number 6, plus counting, like as I run past it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and knowing your paces, knowing use all of these together so that you don't have any doubt, you don't have any concern when you're coming out of the water to find your bike. It'll be, the number will be on, like facing you on the bar.
Okay, so if you're facing
So you want to do all of your stuff on the side of the bar that your number is on. So if your number's right here, if this is the bar going here, your number's on this side, then all of your stuff goes on this side. There's going to be another number here. All that person's stuff is coming this way. There's going to be another number here. All that person's stuff's going that way. If you have an opportunity to do it the night before, that's a great starting point. I typically do it race morning. I'll come in. I like to get there early. It's just a personal thing. I'm type A, I'm a triathlete. And show up, get my space set up, and then once that's set and I'm comfortable with that, start looking around and start figuring out, okay, where am I going to come? There's the swim. Count that stuff out. Walk it. If you want to do that, if it's easy enough for you to see, you can do that. But if it's a large transition, DC, I recommend probably go ahead and walk it. Figure out here's where I'm coming in and go on to there. And then the next piece is where you're going to take the bike out. When the bike comes in, how to get back to your space. And then once you drop the bike off, where's the run exit, how to get there as well. So this is just another piece of equipment, accessory thing, basically. Really, any backpack, I've seen people do transitions with, this is a specially designed, marketed to swimmers and triathletes for your gear kind of bag. There's also plenty of people that do that, or bags, or your old college backpack, or whatever.
The one thing not to bring, don't put your stuff in a milk crate.
Thank you.
All right, people do this. They bring their transition stuff in milk crates. You talk about an obstacle in transition, something people will trip over. It's just in the way. Do not bring your stuff in a milk crate. Bring your stuff in a bag that you fold. Put in your transition area. It's in nobody's way. It's really annoying when people bring their stuff. And then they also bring like big buckets of water and put it right there so they can rinse their feet off because they're all sandy. Just go to your towel, wipe your feet, put them in your shoes. The buckets of water, the milk crates, these things become hazards in transition area because people aren't going to trip over them.
And they also take up more space than you're really allotted.
Right.
So
You'll have the bike with all the mat laid out with the equipment, and you'll have a milk crate right here, so they can come and sit down and then get all their stuff on.
meanwhile, they're
Really
getting out
impedes
like
traffic
anyway,
flow, but it's
so,
also dangerous.
don't be that guy. This.
Is everybody aware of that? The day before the race, you take your bike down to transition, you leave it overnight, and don't be afraid of leaving your bike overnight because there's always going to be somebody with a more expensive bike down there than you.
But don't leave all your transition stuff.
Yeah, it's
Right,
just the
Just
bike.
the bike.
When you come in, like I was saying, you locate your space, do the transition piece, get your shoes, get your helmet, all that, grab the bike, and so the next step you're going to be doing as you're thinking through this in the morning or the day before, the next step you're going to be doing is I need to take my bike and get to the exit so I can actually hit the bike course.